Hey guys, Martin here. Welcome to my channel, Fireline Geek, and today I come with a very shameful video because I'm about to show you my top 5 of series or trilogies that I own that I still haven't read or finished. So ever since I joined BookTube, not only as, a content creator in BookTube, but also as a consumer of, BookTube content, more or less, 3 or 4 years ago, my book buying began being, exponentially higher than my capacity of reading these books that I was buying. So I began accumulating a few, series and trilogies that I really want to read, but I don't know why I still haven't done it. So this is my top 5 of series that I want to read the most, but that I still haven't finished all the books in that series, or I still haven't read any of them. So let's get started with this top 5. On the 5th place I have a series that I'm not really that ashamed of not having read it yet, because I acquired this series not that long ago, but I'm ashamed because I've been meaning to read this series for a very long time. So number 5 on my list is Percy Jackson and the Olympians by Rick Riordan. Percy Jackson is the son of Poseidon. He is a demigod. There are 5 books in this series. We have The Lightning Thief, The Sea of Monsters, The Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, and The Last Olympian. I am currently reading The Lightning Thief and I am really enjoying it. So my plan is to finish this series before the end of the year, because I also want to read The Heroes of Olympus, which is the spin-off of this series. Number 4 in my list, I'm not going to show you all the books because that will be impossible, but it's right here, and is the Shadowhunter Chronicles by Cassandra Clare. And I'm kind of cheating because I'm talking about the Shadowhunter Chronicles as a whole, when in reality there are at least like 3 separate series within the Shadowhunter Chronicles and a couple of like standalone books. So we have the Mortal Instruments, which has 6 books within that series: City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire. I have read the first 3, so I need to finish the second trilogy, let's say, within that series. So then we have the Infernal Devices, or the Clockwork series, which is a prequel of the Mortal Instruments, and it has 3 books: Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, and Clockwork Princess. So far I read Clockwork Angel. I need to finish the other 2. Then we have 2 standalone books, the Magnus Bane Chronicles and the Tales of the Shadowhunters Academy, which is a collection of short stories. And I need to read all of that before starting the last, I don't know if it's a series or it's a trilogy that she's putting out right now, which is the Dark Artifices series or trilogy or whatever, which begins with Lady Midnight. And I think the second book in that trilogy is Lord of Shadows, and it's about to come out, or it has already come out, I don't know. But I still have a lot of reading to do before, catching up with everything that she has written up until now. Number 3 in this top 5 is the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. I only own 3 of the 4 books included in this series. So we have Cinder, which is book number 1, Scarlet, which is book number 2, and Crest, which is book number 3. The Lunar Chronicles is a series of retellings, of fairy tale retellings. So the first one, it's a retelling of Cinderella. The second one is a retelling of Little Red Riding Hood, and the third one is a retelling of Rapunzel. And then there's a 4th book that is called Winter, which is a retelling of Snow White. And it's like a futuristic retelling. These characters, or at least Cinder, that's how far I know, she's a cyborg and they live in the future, and there are, people, I think the Earth and the Moon are at war or something like that. I don't really know much, but everyone and their mother was raving about this on BookTube like a couple of years ago. So I decided to get it. One of my best friends, she's a really big fan of this series as well, so she is always telling me, you need to read the Lunar Chronicles, and I always say, okay, someday I will do it, but I plan to do it pretty soon. Number 2 on this top 5 is the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor. which consists of Daughter of Smoke and Bone, which is the first book, Days of Blood and Starlight, which is the second one, and Dreams of Gods and Monsters, which is the last one, book number 3. For what I understand, this is also another trilogy that I bought because, you know, everyone in booktube was raving about it. And from what I understand, this is a high fantasy series or trilogy. I don't really know much about this series, this trilogy, but I really want to. I mean, I think it's better to, well, at least I believe it's better to go blind, because I really don't know much about it. And even, you know, without reading the first book, I decided to buy the entire trilogy. I don't know if I was taking a big risk with this, but everyone that I know has really enjoyed this trilogy, so, you know, maybe I will enjoy it as well. And actually, I am planning on picking up Daughter of Smoke and Bone pretty soon. And the last series that I'm really ashamed that I haven't finished, you know, this is number 1, is the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I have read the first book in this series, I think it was like 3 years ago, but I could not get all the others in the series. So now, in order to, you know, keep reading, I have to reread book number 1, because I really don't remember that much, you know, all the details of what happened. But you know, when I read it, I loved it, so I really want to keep going. There's plenty of people that I know that has really enjoyed this series and is always raving about it. It tells the story of an assassin named Selena Sargothian, which she was imprisoned by, I don't remember exactly when. She was working, I think it was in coal mines or something like that, and she gets an offer by the prince of this kingdom that I don't remember the name. Really, I'm really bad at remembering things, so I need to reread that first book really soon. But basically, he offers her a deal to be his champion in this kind of competition that is being held by the king of this kingdom, and he's, you know, the king is having this competition to search for you know, an assassin or whatever to become his champion and basically do his dirty work. And, you know, it's also a high fantasy series. There's magic, there's fairies, there's demons, sort of, and it's a really interesting story. So I really want to keep going. You know, for each book gets bigger and bigger. You know, I've only heard fantastic things about this series, so, you know, I also plan to, I don't know if I'm going to finish this series this year, but at least I will try. So yeah, that was everything for this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. Like I said in all of my videos, I have Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads. I will leave the links down below in the description. So yeah, that was everything. So I hope you like it, and I will see you all on my next video. Bye!